The No Facts Podcast, discussing everything verified by nothing. And now your hosts, Mark and Ty.
Welcome everybody to the No Facts Podcast. This would be what? Episode 3. We made it to 3 episodes already, which is insane.
Insane.
Wait, why? Wait. Did you think it was only going to last like 1 or 2 episodes?
Well, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, so this is very encouraging.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It is May 22nd, 2025. I am your host, Mark, and I'm here with the other host,
the one and only T-Bone Sneed.
And we've got our producer in the back.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
All right. Well, at least we got her to say something at the beginning of the show.
That's her first words.
Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm going to start today's Tyrant with a look at the past few Dodger games. I think this has become kind of like a highlight of the show.
Opener, yeah.
A lot of people like the rant.
Yes, and I get a lot of feedback about that.
Personally, I've always loved engaging you about the Dodgers because of.
We can still go there. I still got a bone to pick.
Yeah, right. Okay, so last couple of games. Let's see. I want to talk about the Angels series.
Okay, all right.
That was 16th, 17th, and 18th of May.
Yeah, last weekend.
And that was at Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
First game, 6-2 Angels. Second game, 11-9 Angels. Third game, 6-4 Angels.
Unacceptable.
What?
Unacceptable. Since when did Angels deserve to get a sweep of the Dodgers? Since when? The Angels ain't been shit since 2002. Since 2002. 22 years later?
Yeah.
The Dodgers ain't had their ass kicked like that since 2010 by the Angels. 2010! I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with the fucking Dodgers, man. I can't understand this shit, dude. If your pitchers are not getting this shit done, DFA them, send them down, do something, and call somebody else up and give them a shot, man. I mean, 1 + 1 is 2. Or is it 11? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? My God. Call somebody else that can get the job done. Younger arm, who's fired up. He wants the contract. He wants the money. He's going to play harder.
Isn't the situation with the Dodgers, though, that they have a pretty stacked roster?
Yeah, all the motherfuckers are hurt.
Oh.
The whole starting lineup of pitching is hurt. And the bullpen. And a couple of them in the bullpen. That shit is insane to me. How did that happen? Dodgers got to be the only team. I know this is your rant, man. My bad. But I can't help it.
No.
The Dodgers got to be the only team in the majors, and I watch baseball all across the board. Yeah. American League and National League. Mm-hmm. I'm subscribed to, I'm going to give a shout out right here. I'm subscribed to the Major League app. So I can watch the games, right? I pay that shit $29 a month for that shit. But anyway, getting back to the matter at hand. The fucking Dodgers are the only team that has one starting pitcher. Yamamoto. And I hope I said his name right. If I didn't, he know who the fuck I'm talking about. Because he the only one doing outstanding. You know what I mean? Trying to hold this shit down for these old... I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes, man? I don't get... I don't know if we blame it on the pitchers or we blame it on the fucking coaches, dude. They're pitching coaches. Not Mark Pryor coach. He just rolls out with their, who's going to pitch that day or whatever. That's what his job is. He's like the second manager to Dave Roberts.
Okay.
So it's not on Roberts or Pryor. It's on the coaches that's in the bullpen with these guys. I don't know if they're trying to get them to throw something they don't normally throw, and it's fucking up tendons and shoulders and, trying to get him a new ball, like to throw and shit. I don't know. But whatever it is, stop. Stop. Just let them throw the bullshit they've been throwing, dude. If they've been having success with that, let them stay at that. They threw Kershaw. Oh, this would really kill it. Kershaw, who pitched on Friday? Was it Kershaw? Saturday was what's the other sorry motherfucker? Oh my God. I think Kershaw was Saturday. Friday was damn. Anyway, I don't want to eat up time with this bullshit. Anyway, they all were fucking sorry. Just put it that way. All three. And I know Gosling pitched on Sunday. Fucking terrible, dude. I don't understand why these dudes are getting opportunities. I really don't. And the Angels. Okay, now they're on a little 6 game, 7 game winning streak. Okay, I mean, everybody does that in baseball. But who you beat matters too. You beat the A's, okay, the A's ain't shit, because both of y'all ain't shit. But you beat the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium. We have the most non-competitive motherfucking pitchers I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Non-competitive.
How about the most recent 3 games? They opened up the Diamondback series by losing to them. And then...
nothing new.
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday they took wins. However, 1 point difference.
Yeah. They went to extra innings on Tuesday. For Yamamoto once again doing his thing. Had a no-hitter going. Soon as he takes him out, the next pitcher that fucking comes in gives up a fucking home run. Unbelievable, man. You can't make this shit up, dude. And it seems like there's no repercussions for fucking up like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you do that again, I'm sending you down, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You coming in and not being ready is unacceptable to me. When a pitcher come in and can't get off his first batter, you fresh, dude. There's no reason why you can't come out and give him all gas. All gas. You know what I'm saying? And record that first out. I think it was 2 outs when he gave up the tying home run. That's another motherfucking thing.
No.
Dude, you got 2 outs. Like, where do you go wrong with your pitch in 2 outs? All you gotta do is give him something to hit on the ground, let your defense play for you. Simple. I know it's harder than what I'm saying it is, but that's what you get paid to do. You know? I think I do what I'm doing well, and I'm doing this shit for free.
So you think the issue is primarily on the pitchers?
Yes, it's definitely the fucking pitchers. The bats go cold, but they fixing that problem a little bit now with they got Edelman back, and they got Edelman, and they got Teoscar back. So Teoscar, boom, coming off the, I don't understand how he comes off the DL and all of a sudden he can hit a home run, but motherfuckers that been in the lineup ain't been hurt, can't hit a shit. Like, this shit is crazy to me, dude. Still got Muncy in there who ain't doing shit, even though he hit a sacrifice fly and won us the game the other night. But, I mean, he's still garbage, dude. He's garbage at third. Like, trade him or DFA him or whatever. But go get my man Arenado from St. Louis, man. He's a true third baseman, and the dude can smack for average and hit home runs. Yeah, he a little long in the tooth, but y'all like veterans? He's a good veteran to go get. He's only 30, 31. That ain't old. You know what I mean? Not in baseball. Baseball, you can play till you like 45 and shit. It'd be productive, you know?
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, with Nolan Ryan. A couple of people, dude, played that long. I mean, Gaylord, all these guys, dude, like, I can name, I don't want to get up to too many names or whatever, but I can name off some players that played till, one dude played till he was almost 50. I forgot. Here I go talking shit now. I can't even think of his name, but I got his face.
I'll pick it up. Detroit Tigers. Since when?
Balling.
Since when were they good?
Last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It started last year.
Okay.
Now they balling.
This is my fault for not following
But
baseball for a
Tripp,
long
who
time.
got the best record besides them? The fucking Phillies came out of nowhere and got the best record in the National League now. All of a sudden. So that let you know. But you know what? The Dodgers are still right there. They only a game behind the Phillies, dude.
They are.
So it's kind of crazy, And we're not looking at anything, you guys. This is all like off the top of our domes and shit. But yeah, That shit is wild to me, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about? How about the Buffalo Bills signing another wide receiver?
Who did pick up?
So they just picked up Christian Wilkerson.
Christian Wilkerson.
Apparently, this guy was a Raider, Patriot, and a Colt.
I do not remember him. So
I'm
maybe he's a
assuming-
diamond in the rough.
I'm actually assuming that he was picked up for the practice squad.
Oh, okay.
So, some people were mentioning the practice squad kind of need filling. So, I don't know, though. Because one of the big consensuses is why didn't we get Amari Cooper back? What possible reason could we have for letting Mac Hollins go?
You know what? It probably ain't the team. I mean, it probably ain't the team. It's probably him, is what I'm trying to say. He probably want more money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He probably want. It ain't always the team. It's sometimes the player be like, hey, like Amari Cooper, he's a veteran. He probably want more money now. You know what I mean? Like, he can still put up numbers. He want to go somewhere where he think he could get the money.
And he had a great season.
He did.
He had a
and that's
great
what
season.
he's betting on himself. You feel
Yeah.
me? It ain't Buffalo that didn't want him. He was a free agent.
Yeah, I think right after Diggs left, it turned into, we bring in Amari, but Amari was not a diva. He was not a ball hog.
He never said anything. You didn't even know he was on the team.
He kind of let the team open up this idea of there's no number one. Amari was
basically number one everywhere he went.
Yeah, but he said it's fine.
Yeah,
Of
course.
He's the one who put it out there about
I'm good.
throw it to who's open.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody
good.
make yourself open. Whoever's open, that's where the ball
And you
goes.
got to remember, injuries matter. Mm-hmm. He ain't trying to get hurt. So if he getting the ball all the time, that means he's taking more hits too. He wanted to get another contract, so he wanted to keep himself healthy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit. It's a human element to this shit. About all this shit here. I don't know, man. Dudes be playing and contracts and everything is good. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of that shit be on the player, man. Like he in his situation, I believe it's on him.
Okay.
He feel he could go somewhere else, get more money, and still catch a lot of balls. You know what I mean? And he don't have to worry about being the number one.
So
That's the stress level.
you explained this really well one time. I'd love for you to share it.
Sure.
We're talking about the Buffalo Bills, by
Buffalo
the way.
Bills again. Again.
That is my team.
Yes. I don't mind talking about them because they winners. But go ahead.
The change in the offense, as opposed to having a wide receiver one, the change is made now. I think with this current roster,
Yeah.
looking at it, there really is no wide receiver one. There's no one on that you would consider elite, but they're all really good. So at this point, it kind of sets in motion this idea of this really is a team where it's not we're focusing on one guy.
Mm-hmm.
We're not designing plays to focus around one individual. They're building plays
Yes.
that allow for any receiver to have the ball.
Okay.
And they did this last season really well. Again, even with Amari Cooper, I think they had a total of 18 plus receivers
Yes.
who at least scored a touchdown.
That's
which
insane.
is insane.
That's
Yeah.
insane. You don't hear about that.
Yeah.
You really don't. I mean, a lot of teams want that number one guy. Not every number one guy is unselfish. They have to have some selfishness to them, right? When you got a bunch of guys that, like Buffalo did last year, and they can build off of that, which I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing this year. They got a lot of guys to buy in. There's no number one here, but everybody's going to get the ball. Just, if you run your route, I'll get you the ball. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're going to double you, and I'm going to have to go to somebody. I'm pretty sure they have an understanding, and everybody's bought in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You got to get them to buy into it. Because, all the receivers are divas. I know. I played football, so I know what it sounds like on that sideline, before I had to put on my helmet and take the field. Yeah. But this shit is crazy. Because you got everybody arguing. I was open. That's all you keep hearing. I was open. What the fuck, man? I was open. What the fuck, man? You know what I mean? So and then you get some fuck yous to fly. Then next thing you know, okay, your ass gonna get a medicine ball. So if you want the ball, you get the medicine. You hear that shit? Yeah. Well, let me see if you can take that hit and catch it at the same time. So it's a lot of shit that goes on. So at that level, these dudes are millionaires. I know it gets way crazier because fools got incentives on the line. They got a record that's possibly really close, or it's some shit that makes them get more crazy about it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it gets on the quarterback's nerve because, you know, the quarterback is pretty much always the highest paid dude on the team. Yeah. So he touches the ball all the time besides the center. You know what I mean? So could you imagine the stress level of a fucking that Josh Allen had to have for the last 4 years
with dealing with
Diggs? Yeah. Could you imagine that?
For sure, yeah.
A young quarterback having to come back to a huddle and hear this dude.
And he did it a lot.
Dude, like trying to tell him how to do his job.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take away the fact that he had a lot to do with the development of Allen.
That's fine.
He's one of many factors, though. But he was a really integral part of the offense when he was there. But it really is looking like a completely different team now.
Yep.
Completely different.
And they added the run game. Don't forget about that.
That's true.
So they got, they 3 backs deep now, right? Because I know they didn't they draft a back, or they got one from free agency or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. I ain't been keeping a close eye on the NFL too much right now. But when we get closer to July, I'll start giving more feedback on.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So
hey, look, we started this at the beginning of May. It's already the end of May.
Right.
Before you know it, NFL is going to start, dude.
Yes, and I cannot wait. Yeah. My favorite sport is the only sport that they keep everybody honest, real talk, because baseball and basketball, the NBA and the major leagues are they pay these guys way too much, dude. And don't get none of their return on these dudes. 0 return on these dudes. You know what I mean? Especially baseball. I don't understand how you giving a dude $100 million and his batting average is below 250. That is crazy to me. You know what I mean? You're giving a pitcher another $300 million and this motherfucker can't even give you 20 games a year.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy to me. No way you getting that fucking money out of me if I was an owner. You gonna be on 6 months probation. I'm gonna see how long you go. You gonna get paid according to how you give me action. If I see you trying to go like, man, I'm gonna go a couple of times a week, I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay this dude. He a dog. But these dudes is not dogs. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no dogs hardly in baseball.
So we'll see about the Bills, man. I mean, they finished last season 13-4. I think.
Yeah.
There's
expect that to be that again, or better.
There were times, man. There were times.
I already told you what their weakness was.
Yeah.
Running. They could not stop the run.
Uh-huh.
And when they can't stop the run, they can't stop the fucking pass.
That's been exploited for like the past 2-3 years, I think.
Yeah, they softened against the run.
And they could not change that.
Any running back was getting action. Any running back.
They threw what's his name under the bus. God, I can't think of the defensive coordinator's name.
The black guy. I'm sorry, not the black guy. The brother, man. Yeah.
They threw him under the bus, unfortunately.
And low-key fired him.
Yeah. And for the longest time we bought it. We were like, yeah, he is the problem because he was on the field. He was out there.
Yeah.
He leaves and they still
look terrible.
Yeah, the defense looked exactly the same. The same.
Get whatever you want over the middle. It was like the 7-Eleven, all open, dude. All open 24/7. I was just like so sick of their defense. And I knew, remember during the season, I said 3 or 4 games into the season, I said this defense is going to cost them when they play the Kansas City Chiefs. I told you that. I said they're going to see the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. And that defense is going to lose because of the way they're playing, dude. Because Kansas City loves to get Kelsey over the middle, and that's where everybody was eating at on Buffalo. And if you didn't eat there, and that's how you lost to them, because you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? The teams that beat them fed the ball over the middle, and their running game was solid.
Have you heard that apparently this season is... like experts, I'm using air quotes, folks.
Yes.
Experts are saying that this season is easily like between 14-3 to 17-0 possible. They have like the
Buffalo.
Yes, they have the.
That
this
ain't
is
gonna
what
happen in the
this is what
NFL,
everyone's
man.
talking about. There are people.
There's too
who,
much parity in the NFL.
There are people.
There's
who
no
have,
way.
There are people who have already
There will be no undefeateds, dude.
taken them going undefeated.
There will be no undefeateds.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening, dude.
But okay, let me just do a quick rundown.
Yes.
Then I'll do a rundown here. I'll name the opponent, and you just say win-loss.
Okay.
All right. Week 1, Giants.
Win.
Oh wait, never mind. That's preseason.
Oh.
Never mind.
Don't do me like
They
that.
might actually lose that.
Hey, I like that. I like that trick question. That was a good warm-up.
Week 1, Ravens.
Win.
Week 2, Jets.
Win.
Week 3, Dolphins.
Win.
Week 4, Saints.
Win.
Week 5, Patriots.
Win.
Week 6, Falcons.
Win.
Week 7, Panthers.
Win.
Next week, Chiefs.
Win.
They always beat them in the regular season. Right?
Yeah. That's why I said win. A little hesitant, but yeah.
Game after that, Dolphins.
Win.
Game after that, Bucks.
Win.
Game after that, Texans.
Loss.
Okay. Game after that, Steelers.
Win.
Game after that, Bengals.
Loss.
Game after that, Patriots.
Win.
Game after that, Browns.
Win.
Game after that, Eagles.
Win.
Game after that, Jets.
Win.
So you see them potentially losing only 2 games this
2 to
season.
3 games.
Could be the Eagles.
It'll be the Eagles. That was a 50-50 right
Yeah,
now.
the Bengals are like the fucking Bills' kryptonite.
Yeah. Every time they see the where are they playing it this year?
Buffalo.
I give them a win. I'm flipping that to a win.
But we had that unfinished game. No, that was in Cincinnati.
It was in
Never mind.
Cincy. Yep. And the playoff was in Buffalo though. That
They
same
were
year.
already playing dejected as fuck though. They
was already
they
defeated,
They
yeah.
did not look like a team that
No,
was ever
no,
playing.
man, they didn't.
I'll never fucking forget that game.
Yeah, no, that was.
I didn't really blame
They
them.
could
though.
not stop Cincinnati going up and down the field,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It was like, what is Cincinnati doing to y'all that y'all can't figure this shit out, dude? Like, y'all already was getting y'all ass kicked early in the season. You didn't watch no film, 0 film, because I'm pretty sure they came back and ran the same shit on y'all. Like this shit was working, dog. We was gonna go up 21-0 before that happened. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna bring up the Bengals now.
Okay,
My wife is a huge Bengals fan.
right?
You already know this.
Yes.
People at home
Yes.
don't, so this is why I'm bringing it up. She's got something to listen to tell her friends about.
Yeah, right. We mentioned it.
9-8 last season. What caused the Bengals to fall off?
The slow starts, dude. The freaking slow starts. The 0-4 starts every year. I don't understand how they do that, but they start off 0-4, then they get hot. Then towards the end, an injury, a key injury or something. And remember, they had a terrible defense fucking worse than the Detroit Lions defense, dude. Like all they good dudes, Super Bowl run dude, all gone. They had nobody in coverage. They had nobody, no linebacking, no D line. The one dude that they could count on, they don't even want to give him a contract now, dude. Was it Henderson? What's his name?
Receiver?
No, the DN on defense. The leading sack leader.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now.
I think it
but
is Hendrickson.
It's Henderson, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, dude, they didn't even give him a fucking contract.
Haven't they been playing around with Chase too?
They paid him though.
Okay, fine.
He got his bread.
I'm sorry, that owner.
And what's the name got his bread too? The other receiver.
Higgins.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. They're stacked on offense, man.
That's all they worked on. That's all they did was offense.
Yeah.
The leading sack leader, dude. They do not want to. They ain't signed him yet. The talks are off. Dude had enough. He's like done. So Buffalo need to swoop in there, dude, and like, hey, let's do some, like the Dodgers do. Let's give you some deferred money, or give them a chunk of money up front, and then they can work some shit out, dude. Because Buffalo need pass rush, dude. Bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Bad. Bad. Once again.
Yeah.
With capital B-A-D, okay? Bad. You can sneak him from... And he's mad right now. He'll probably go to anybody, dude. Anybody. Even though Cincinnati got the rights to him. But you make a trade they can't refuse, dude. Like, he ain't gonna sign with... He already said he's sitting out, dude.
Holy shit, really?
He already said it. Talks is off. He's sitting out. He ready to sit out the whole season. He's done. Buffalo, go get that. Go get that, dude. He's disgruntled.
What do you think about the Bengals this season?
They'll win the division.
Really?
Yeah. They win the division. Who they got to compete with? The Steelers, dude? Baltimore, maybe?
Yeah.
Baltimore ain't gonna be the same, man.
Why is that?
Buffalo exposed them, dude, twice. Well, they kicked Buffalo's ass in the regular season, but it went with the ass kicking like ass kicking. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo was, I think, hurt that game and all that bullshit going on. But when the playoffs, they were exposed, dude.
Let me ask why. I'm backtracking here, but like, why did you pick the Texans to beat Buffalo?
Because they whooped their ass last year.
Did they?
Yes. You don't remember when they was going up and down the field kicking Buffalo's ass?
No,
they
because
was whooping their ass 24 to something by halftime or some shit. 24 to 3 or some shit.
I was probably hanging.
It finished them off in the second half. Buffalo couldn't stop a nosebleed. Remember I used to tell you they can't guard a parked fucking car?
I believe I was.
Like, goddamn, dude, you either gonna give up the pass or the run. You can't give up both, dude. And Buffalo was giving up both, dude, that game. Both. Getting ran on and he was throwing. They was setting records. Seemed like they had a track meet going on that fucking Buffalo's defense.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, no, they didn't kick their ass, though.
Oh, it started off that way. It probably got close towards the end. Well, garbage time. You got to remember, they was whooping
no,
their
but
ass in the
I
beginning.
am starting to remember. I am remembering. Yes, there were several points during that game when I got up and I started pacing back and forth very angrily, and like I slammed my closet.
I told you,
threw
brother.
some shit.
I told you.
Did you say one time you heard me screaming upstairs?
Yes.
like you could hear me
heard
losing
you,
my
dude.
shit.
Like, yeah, Buffalo, they gonna do it to you every time, dude. Like, they do it, dude. They go on a nice 6-7 game winning streak, and all of a sudden they have a letdown game, and it be bad too.
Do you know how many fucking times I've told myself, I think I'm gonna stop watching. I think I'm gonna stop supporting this team, and I can't.
Hey,
I can't.
It's
like an abusive. It's like an abusive
I'm
relationship.
the right person to talk to.
But you broke free.
I had him in the 90s, man. I know. It was tough. What took me to stop messing with Buffalo is when Kelly retired. All the players started leaving, and they got just super sorry. And I don't support sorriness. So it was easy for me to walk away once I felt. It was like a cheating relationship. Once you figure it out, once you got all your answers, it's easy to walk away. The hard part that makes you not walk away because you want to know what is going on. Until you find that out, your mind don't rest. And everybody that's been in a relationship can relate to what I'm saying.
I mean, they weren't as bad for a little. I mean, I think the seasons following the big dropouts of the players, but when Wade Phillips came in, he kind of kept it steady for a bit.
Yeah.
The defense was amazing still.
Yeah, the defense was nice, dude.
And then we
if
had
they
that
can bring back those defenses to match their offense now, they'd probably be shutting dudes out,
Are you
dude.
kidding?
They'd be looking like the 2000 Ravens.
A Buffalo Bills defense from like 89 to like 91 would destroy any modern team.
Oh, man, when they had Bruce Smith, bad things, man.
Daryl Talley, Cornelius Bennett. Jesus Christ, man.
Man.
Yeah, those are the days, man.
I remember, they had God, who else they had? They had the secondary, Mark Kelso, and he wore that extra big helmet looking like my favorite Martian, not my favorite Martian, but the little cartoon on Fred Flintstone, the little Martian guy. But anyway,
remember when they brought in Bryce Pop?
Bryce Pop, it was balling, came in from Green Bay.
Yep.
And he, the sack leader at the time, and he came to Buffalo and had a gang of sacks.
And he had like the most 1950s fucking flat top haircut. He looked like he came out from like the 50s. Like,
he was a throwback player, man.
But that
never wore sleeves in the cold. Dude, he was a football player, brother. Yeah. He was a football player. I like guys like that. Yeah. You know?
And I think he was like 2 sacks short, almost broke Bruce Smith's record.
Yeah.
For a single season.
For the single season, yeah.
I don't know if he did. But,
no, he didn't. Bruce Smith is still they guy.
That motherfucker was a beast.
He was nice, dude. I used to love the Nike commercials about him, man. You know, the guy is dead now. The actor that used to do it played the schizophrenic referee, right? And I remember when he busted in and got Bruce Smith cleats, and Nike used to show the highlights of when he smelled the cleat, right? And he would say, Bruce Smith, and he'd show Bruce Smith like going crazy in the snow, like doing this little thing after he sacked, and after that he's like bad things, and he'd show him sacking all these quarterbacks, and he showed then the final one, and he's like bad things. And you see the smoke coming out of Bruce Smith's mouth. You know what I'm saying? When you get ready to, oh man, I used to love that commercial, dude. But they complained about Nike saying that they making fun of schizophrenia, making it like, you know. And Dennis Hopper, he was the referee, the guy. He passed away from cancer some time ago, but he played the referee that would sneak into the locker room and smell the players' cleats, because he did the same thing for Sterling Sharp. He smelled Sterling Sharp, wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, just in case some of you guys don't know. But he would smell his cleat, and he would be like, choo choo baby. And you can see Sterling Sharp running people over, you know, and stuff like. He's an older brother of Shannon Sharp, just in case
he was a badass.
He was badass, dude, for the Packers.
Yep.
He started them on their Super Bowl run with Favre.
You mentioned, God damn, there's like so many things I want to talk about here, but you mentioned Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Trivia. Mm-hmm. What famous franchise was he a part of? Horror movie franchise.
Horror movie? Holy moly, dude.
Famous as fuck.
Oh, hold on, because I don't even remember him.
I can give you the name of the director.
I don't even remember him in the horror movies.
Oh, he was in a big-time franchise horror movie.
Bruh, you know what?
It wasn't the first, though. It was a sequel. He was in the sequel.
Oh my God! Did you stump me with this one, bro? You stumped me with this one. Who? I'm salivating. Who is? I'm drooling. What is it?
The original, the first movie was made by Tobe Hooper. 70s.
Oh my God!
Come on, man.
And I'm a
60s
baby.
It ends with the only survivor running to a fucking truck on the road, and this black dude comes out, the truck driver, and he's like, "Oh, let me help this girl," and then bam, here comes the fucking the murderer, and he's like, "Oh." I thought the reaction was hilarious because he was just like, "Oh, fuck this shit, I'm fucking out of here."
Oh my God, dude! Don't say it can't be the Night of the Living Dead.
No, not at all.
You got me stumped, man. Okay, let's go. You got to tell me. It's killing me because the more I'm trying to think, anxiety is building up here.
It has to do with chainsaws.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
He was in part 2.
No way!
He was the sheriff. Yep. And he shoved that chainsaw up the dad's ass.
Oh my God. I'm thinking now, because I don't even remember the one with the military guy in it. He passed away now. The one with the thick eyebrows, and he really cuss a lot. And he was like, he was a real military guy though. Like, you know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. He passed away from cancer, unfortunately, too, some years back. But he played in a couple of them as a sheriff. But he was with the Texas Chainsaw. He was their family. He was the dude.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but he was a sergeant, dude. He used to cuss very hard in the movie.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
So there was...
honestly, I don't even remember him from Speed. That was it.
And not Waterworld?
Nope, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Waterworld.
It's a sorry-ass movie.
I didn't like it, but I know they dropped a lot of money into that.
Dude,
but I'm not into shit like that.
I think that movie was like negative... What was it? They spent like $80 million on it, and they only made like
broke
4?
A record. I know that.
Something like that. They only made like 4 out of it.
Yeah,
$4 million.
It did.
Literally single digit number 4.
Yeah,
but okay, Texas
anyway,
Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw. Part 3 was called The New Generation.
Yeah, I remember.
What famous actor was in that movie?
Oh my God, Texas Chainsaw.
Super famous actor. You would never think that he'd be in Texas Chainsaw.
You know what? I never paid attention to Texas Chainsaw.
Fucking A, man.
Because
he's very famous for going, all right.
Oh man, yeah. Texas got Longhorn. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
That shit blows a lot of people's minds. Like,
he was in it. No, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was sadistic as fuck.
Yeah, he was crazy, dude. He played as Yeah. I remember him in it now. But you got to remember now. You talk about Texas. I really ain't a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I thought you were.
No, that was just some weird shit, dude. I ain't never really got on. I told you my main ones, dude, are Michael, Jason, and Freddy. The other ones, they don't have a long enough. They ain't past decades of putting in work.
You never thought Freddy was a wimp?
I just think Freddy was great, dude, because that fool will fuck you up in your dreams, bro.
Yeah, but it's like you got to go through the dream. Like Jason will just come right at you and fucking.
But that's what made Freddy good, dude, because you were scared to go to sleep, so That made it, and you know how hard it is not to go to sleep, dude. We've all been there. Like, you go to sleep, you don't even know you sleep when you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if you're trying to see something or you're trying to do something, you just pass out. But anyway, I love that shit, dude. So when he come back in your dreams and then he be clowning, that made the shit great, dude, because he had a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying?
I think I only liked the first two.
Really?
The first two was it.
Oh man, the last one though, without what's his name? The original guy.
Oh, you're talking about the reboot.
Yeah, I didn't.
They were trying to reboot all these movies.
I didn't like the actor. I didn't like the way they made him look. He had a weird face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Robert Englund. He wasn't Robert Englund. You know, but I understand that Robert has signed back on. I think to.
Nice.
To do another one or some shit, but you know he like in his 60s or 70s or some shit.
He's wearing a mask and makeup and shit.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna know who if it's not him doing shit. But you know, but he's supposed to be on again.
Huh? That sounds good. All right, so since we're on the topic of horror now, we've swapped over. I wanted to get your thoughts on Final Destination. You said you went to go watch it.
I loved it.
Break it down without the heavy spoilers.
Oh well, I mean it's Final Destination.
Well, first of all, was it gory?
Yes, actually, it was more like the depths were like 3D-ish. Like you could actually see when something went through a person's head. Like
wasn't one of the Final Destinations a 3D movie?
Yeah, they did. The one with the race cars in the beginning.
And like they did the shots where like it was like coming towards the screen, right?
Yeah.
And there was a whole.
That was the one.
At that time,
I think that was Final Destination 5 or some shit like that.
I think at that time there was a craze because I think 3D movies were really becoming a thing in theaters. So like the My Bloody
Valentine. They still do them on low key. They still do them on low key. Yeah.
That movie got remade, and they had that scene where he's like.
They don't advertise it as much anymore, but every now and then, if you go look on the thing and it's saying 3D, you'll be like, "What? I didn't even know they made a 3D one."
Piranha 3D.
Yeah,
like they were literally doing a bunch.
I like 3D movies though. A lot of people don't.
But do you like when they emphasize like they go overboard with the fact that it's 3D? I mean, look at back in the day, the Friday the 13th movie in 3D.
Yeah, that was great.
Where she's like using the broom and then she's like pointing it towards the camera, like
you be like, and then you fan it out of your face or whatever.
And this is back with fucking red and blue goggles,
glasses,
dude, and I bought the box set that had like 1 to 8. And it actually came with a fucking set of 3D glasses.
With the 3D glasses.
Which is insane.
I still got all of the Friday the 13th, and that one has the glasses. Yeah. I still got the glasses in that. Yes, sir.
But yeah, they're like me, I don't really collect physical media, but there are movies where I'm like...
I got all the Michael Myers. I got all of them Halloweens. I got all of them, except for that one.
Which one? 3?
What was that bullshit with the
3.
TV? Yeah.
Season of the Witch?
Yeah, no, man. I hated that one, man. I hated that one, dude.
You need to watch it again and have like just go into it with an open mind.
I tried.
Don't think of it as a Michael Myers movie.
I tried.
I thought it was a great movie.
I didn't like the shit.
It was a good
movie. I didn't
movie.
like you look at the TV and the screen. I didn't like that shit, dude.
Well, the whole point was to possess.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
And bring about it's a whole thing with fucking ancient druids and shit like that.
Yeah, it was weird, man. That was some white dude tripping off some acid and shit. But anyway,
dude, the idea of Michael Myers has a lot to do with all that shit too. With the Cult of Thorn and then the fucking Sam Hain references and all that shit. Yeah. He comes out to Sam Hain.
Last night I was watching what's his name version of it? Rob Zombie's version of part 2 of I love those.
Fuck. Dude, if
I love those too. Cause they made him so vicious, dude, and big, and like, okay, he was so super strong, and you know,
I thought
he was just nasty. I like that.
Well, I only watched the first one. I felt it was way too, like, it was overly Rob Zombie-ish. And when I say that, I mean garbage. I watched House of a Thousand Corpses in the movie theater.
That was garbage.
Do you remember that scene where he's like, the dude's holding the gun, and it takes like 20 minutes for him to actually shoot him?
Yeah.
They just fucking zoom out for like 20 minutes.
Garbage.
There were people leaving the fucking movie theater thinking the movie was over.
Garbage. I did not like that movie.
Anything Rob Zombie's done
It's always been weird, dude. But I liked how he did the Michael. I liked how he did Halloween. I like how he did it.
I did not. I thought it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I like that shit.
It really is like the Temu Michael Myers for me. Or like the AliExpress, the cheap Chinese knockoff Michael Myers.
Oh man, don't say that. What you think about them bringing out another Godzilla?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome. -1, amazing.
Was dope.
Yeah,
was dope.
How can you? And that's the thing for a lot of people. How are you able to take a Godzilla movie and 1, make it mainly about these human characters, and 2, make you emotionally invested in the characters?
Yes.
Like these are people you wish don't get harmed, don't die.
Godzilla.
During the train scene when the chick was in there, were you like, no? Yeah, right?
The train didn't do nothing to you. These people are innocent. Yeah.
That movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
I
loved it, man. I loved it. Even though it came with subtitles, dude. That was so dope, dude.
Well, I mean,
that was great.
Every Godzilla movie I've ever watched, because I'm also... Isn't that crazy, by the way? I've discovered this about Ty. Like, there are so many things that we're both into.
Man.
And it blows my mind. Like, the whole thing with Jason being, like, the #1 fucking horror movie stuff.
Yes, Jason is my guy.
Godzilla is
my...
I got into Godzilla.
My monster. Godzilla's my monster. I was raised on it, man. I'm telling you.
But yeah,
they need to do... I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. You're good. What they need to do... I don't know if y'all remember, but Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. They need to bring that shit back.
How do you remember it?
They need to bring that shit back. Because I'm going to tell you a little story, and this is real. They used to come on Channel 52 once a year. Once a fucking year, okay? Me, my cousin, all of us would go to the den. Well, I had a den in my house. We'd go to the den. We would watch that shit. It came up. We would stop playing outside. That's how big this shit was, right? And so everybody be like, we'd be playing with our friends and all that shit. And everybody be like, hey, Giant Robot come on today at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? So everybody knew, okay, I'm going to watch it. And maybe a friend would come and, straggler be like, hey, can I come watch it at your house or whatever? Like, yeah, dude, it's cool. And so anyway, make a long story short, dude, I ain't gonna lie. We knew exactly what was gonna happen when it started from beginning to end, everything. As a kid, you thinking like, dang, if I had Giant Robot, I'd be doing all kind of shit. But what I didn't like, and I knew it was coming, and all of us, dude, at the end of the fucking movie, when he didn't have no more control of the fucking Giant Robot, when he was taking that dude up to the outer space because he was gonna try to blow up the planet or whatever, and he was saying, I want to get emotional on this. He was saying, Robot, please come back. Not a dry eye in the house, man. We were like, no. It was like, Robot, please come back. Robot, stop. It was just sitting here like, looking at each other. We cried every year on that shit, dude. But we was emotionally invested in it, dude. Like every year.
Let me tell you about something.
Can they please remake? If you listen to producers, please remake a Giant Robot, dude. Please.
Right. So, it's. I'm assuming you watched a movie. The movies that came out are actually based on a series.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Giant Robo.
Mm.
And the kid's name, is Johnny Sacco, if I remember correctly.
Oh my God. How'd I miss this?
This has been turned into an anime, which my brother was super addicted to. It was called Giant Robo. But you want to know how I came into to know about that shit?
How?
So, growing up, me and our producer's dad had this massive fucking collection of VHSs. It was almost like a fucking library. Like, it was just shelves and shelves of fucking movies.
Yeah.
He collected Giant Robo episodes, and through him, I learned about the original fucking Power Rangers from Japan, because he had all that shit on tape. All of it. But I learned about Giant Robo through that. And see, like, fucking bullet finger shit.
Yeah.
All that shit. Look at with the pyramid head and shit. Yes, exactly, dude.
Atomic Punch. All of that shit, man.
So I learned about that when I was, God, maybe like fucking 6, 7, something like that, when he
Man.
started really showing us a lot of that stuff.
I got
Yeah.
a T-shirt with that.
So there were times where it would literally be like, Dad, can we watch this shit? And he would know, like, oh, he numbered all the fucking videos.
Wow.
So all the spines,
What a catalog.
yeah, all the spines had like a circle with a number on it, and
Wow.
I think he had like a notebook with like, this is what's on this, this is
He
what's
was
on this.
really, yeah, that's
Yeah,
dope, though.
he cataloged all that shit, and
That's
it was
sweet.
So it was always fucking horror movies, anime. He watched anime too. He watched a lot of the Japanese stuff. He was very broad with the stuff he watched, but
Right.
he had a lot
Wow,
of shit.
dude,
So we
that's-
grew up watching a lot of shit.
Yeah, man, that's nice, man. That's
But
nice.
yeah, dude, I it blows my mind that you know about Giant Robo, dude.
Oh, dude, all of that shit.
It's
dude.
so obscure. It's honestly.
I remember I grew up with Kimba the White Lion, dude. I don't even know if you remember that.
I know what that
Kimba
is.
the White Lion used to come on Channel 52 also. Speed Racer.
Yeah.
All of them, dude, all them cartoons. Now, they didn't redid a Speed Racer, and they kind of redid a Kimba the White Lion with this fucking, what's the lion movie,
Lion King?
yeah. But he's not Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, he's
on there.
Simba.
He's just Simba. Yeah, yeah. You see the similarity and shit.
Change the K to an S, and we have a whole new franchise.
Yeah, dude, just Kimba the White Lion and Speed Racer and all. Dude, I grew up on all of that stuff, man, and I love it, man. Even if I could catch it now, I'll still watch the shit. It's rare when
It
it
never
comes
tripped
on.
you out how fast these motherfuckers talked on Speed Racer.
Yes, dude, because they didn't talk.
Hurry up and get in the car, ha ha!
Yeah. Chim Chim.
Oh, the way home!
And all of these dudes.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude.
man. Dad designed the Mark V and shit. I used to want a Mark V too, boy. I used to be like, oh, if I could get one of those. As a kid, ain't it a trip how you think about how TV fuck with your head? Like, if I could get that.
Oh my
All
god!
the shit you think you would do. Like, hey, I know a lot of men gonna probably relate to this. How many of you motherfuckers would like to be the Invisible Man? I still want to be the Invisible Man.
I'll tell you the one that I was fixated on. I guarantee you, men are gonna be like, "Yes, I've thought of that." Freezing time.
Oh,
The things you could do if you froze.
oh.
And I thought about this shit when I was a
Oh.
fucking kid, dude.
Yeah.
And yes, I thought about that stuff too.
Yes.
At
Invisible Man, freezing time, dude. I never really thought about that.
There was a show I watched.
Definitely Invisible Man.
There was a
though.
show I watched called
I still want to be the Invisible Man.
There was a show I watched called Out of This World about a girl whose dad is an alien,
Wow.
and she would like put her fingers together to like freeze time.
Oh,
That
that's
was
crazy.
that was the show that got me into.
They
like,
got you like.
God, if
I wish I could
would
do that.
daydream about that shit, dude.
Yeah, I wish I could do Superman shit too, dude. Like fly like that and all that shit too, and be indestructible. Oh, dude, could you imagine how many people you would have? Everybody fearing you, dude, because nothing could stop you except for kryptonite. But the person that would probably be holding the kryptonite, you just go blow their fucking head off, and you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you would have possession of it. You know what I mean? You'll take it somewhere like deep in the ocean where nobody can get it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody will get their hands on this ever, or you just put it out in space, dude. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, I thought about silly shit like that. If I could be Superman and shit, what would I do if I was Superman? What would I do if I was this for the day? What would I do?
Did you ever think like of doing what society would consider like bad? Like, I'd rob a bank. I'd fucking.
I would do all of that shit, dude. First of all, being Superman, who gonna stop me, dude? I'll walk in and take all the money and just give it to people, dude. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Who gonna do something to me? Who? You don't have a bullet that can do nothing? I can outrun a bullet, dude. Like, I can go catch the bullet you just fired.
Kryptonite.
But remember, I took that. And whoever thought they had possession of it, I exploded their head with my heat vision, dude. You know what I'm saying? Just for you thinking like that, I blew your fucking head up. Just because you wanted to do something to me. Just because of that.
So
Instead of working with me,
there's no Lex Luthor.
you went against me.
There's no Lex
Oh,
Luthor in this universe.
he would have been dead, dude. Dude, I'm a fucking alien. Nothing hurts me, dude. The more sun, the stronger I get. You feel me? And then, if I'm feeling too weak, I just fly up to it, dude, to get as close as I can, get all my shit, come back down, and tear everything up.
How many chicks would you have in the Fortress of Solitude?
Bruh. Knowing
Turn that shit into a
I
nightclub.
can't catch diseases and all that. I'm immune to all that shit. I'm fucking everything. Got an ass on it, pretty much.
You know what a lot of people bring up? how powerful Superman's semen must be.
Oh, dude.
A lot of people are like, "What?"
Oh no, yeah, they're paying me to get it though. Don't get it twisted.
Couldn't that shit like possibly burn through someone?
Well, we're gonna find out because I'm gonna go get some.
A lot of people are like the only person.
I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of HOs and we're gonna test this shit.
A lot of people are like the only person who could possibly carry it is like Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't want Wonder Woman though. You know that?
Wait, which Wonder Woman?
Oh, Linda Carter, I would want her. Linda Carter, I used to dream about her. Don't act like I'm the only one, fellas. Now, I used to watch Wonder Woman in the 70s, by the way. Along with the Bionic Man.
We can replace
$6 million man. That was my guy, man, too. I used to want to be him, too. I tell you a little story. My mom used to get a kick out of me because I used to watch the $6 Million Man, right? All right. Now, in the beginning, and he was telling you the little story about how he was getting stronger, faster, and all of this stuff. I used to love that part when he was on the treadmill, and it made that little dun, 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 dun sound, and he would be like, you could hear the music winding him up. Be like, dun, 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 dun. Anyway, I would do the little run part. My mom would have, she would fall out, dude. She had me do that for Thanksgiving one time. We had company over, had some family and shit, and she was like, Ty, come here, do the $6 Million Man. And I was like, no. She was like, do it. I was like, okay. And I was like, I said, that's our running fast. Dude, everybody got a kick out of that shit. I thought I was really him, though. That's the trip how TV could do you like that. I had his little doll and shit. Lee Majors was the dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, through the doll, you can look through his eye because he had a bionic eye.
You know what
dude.
You know what this made me think of?
What is
my
that?
favorite reference to Bionic Man.
Peter, since when do you care about the school board?
Lois, Mr. Fargus is getting a bum rap, and if running against you is the only way to get him back into the classroom, then I am gonna run like the $6 Million Man.
We can rebuild him.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
That's it.
I don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, no. Not that. Not that. He said we can rebuild him, but he don't want to spend a lot of money.
I'm fucking dying. Oh my god. I'm sorry, every time I think of the $6 Million Man, I think of like a budget version.
Yeah, dawg, Lee Majors, man. That was my guy, man, back in the 70s. I used to love that when that show came on. I stopped everything.
Alright, we started talking about Final Destination. I never fucking got...
Oh, my bad.
Well, no. It's like we started talking about Final Destination. All of a sudden we're talking about Superman's sperm and fucking Fortress of Solitude hideout with chicks in it and like...
Well, there's no facts, man. We just rolling, man.
Timu, Michael Myers.
Okay, yeah, we didn't touch a little bit. We didn't touch everything in the universe. And
I still want to know.
Man.
I still want to know what you thought about the movie. And
I loved it, dude. Okay. Well, the storyline is the same, bro. But the beginning, it took you all the way to the beginning when it first started.
You talking about the movie, the first movie?
No. Past that part, when it first started, the bloodline, like how it, the feeling of something gonna happen, premonitions. This lady had it, and her boyfriend. Anyway, I don't want to give away, but I don't give a fuck if y'all didn't go see it by now. Too bad. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Anyway, in the beginning, the lady had premonitions. Like she went with her husband. The hotel was opening up, and it was really high, and all of this shit. So of course,
when is this taking place? 80s,
dude,
70s?
like in the 50s.
Oh,
dude.
okay.
Yeah, like in the 50s or something.
All right.
And so this hotel was opening up. To make a long story short, it's opening up. Anyway, she was just keying on different shit that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like this little kid was playing in the, how you put money in the little well, the little spring, the little fountains and shit.
Yes.
And you throw money in, it's supposed to give you good luck. Anyway, he was taking the money out of there. And so one of the guys came over, hey kid, don't be doing that, whatever. Okay. So that started everything off. So they got on the elevator and, it was just crazy, dude. So it went all the way up to this floor.
Are you telling me a kid stealing
No.
pennies from the fountain started this?
You just said the key word, a penny. Started all that bullshit.
Wait, seriously?
Yes. That same kid, he kept the money. He kept whatever, he hopped out and kept, so you assume that, later on you figure it out though. He goes upstairs, he's upstairs, and he's looking over the city because it was a tall. It looked like the fucking the needle down in the Space Needle, not Space Needle or whatever it's called.
He was
in
on a
Seattle.
skyscraper?
In Seattle. It's one of those kind of buildings. That tall needle, that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In Seattle, that tall thing. Anyway, make a long story short. He was up there and he was finna throw the penny down. You know, and you could kill somebody.
Yes.
But he's a kid. So the guy come over and say, hey kid, you can't, don't throw that penny down. So when the guy turned around, he was like, fuck off, fat guy. And he threw it. And that started the whole bullshit. He got caught up in the thing, like, oh, dude.
All right.
It was wicked, bro.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's worth the watch.
I've been debating.
But that
whether I
penny
should.
survived the whole movie. I'm just gonna tell you that. And that's what got every fucking thing started.
So wait, if you destroy the penny, you destroy the curse?
I don't know, but that penny, am I right? That penny survived all that. I don't know, dude, but it has something to do with everything that's going on. All the way through the bloodlines, dude. All the way. So it pick up each, like, since she saved a lot of people, like, oh, dude, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, she saved a lot of people, dude, because I know you can see in the trailer when people are dancing and they show the floor crack and people are falling off and all that. That was her premonition. So when they go through all of that and they come back to her, she's like, oh shit, like, she runs in, hey, everybody's gonna die, you gotta get off the da. So she saved everybody, dude. And so that's how it all started.
And they had kids, and they had
kids. The black guy is a black kid. I don't remember. I know you don't remember Tony Todd, dude. This is where his part come in. He was a kid. His mama was a singer. Okay, she saved his mom. But anyway, his mom ended up passing later on. You know, he was the Undertaker guy. You know, the weird guy.
Yeah.
His key was, remember through the movies when he was in it in 2000, 2003, you know his roles, he was always the guy that, see you soon. he knew everything, right? It was his mom, him, dude. He was a kid. The lady saved him, dude.
So in this movie, do they reference the previous movies at all?
No.
Really?
No. But that's how it started. You see what I'm saying? They let you know. Because when they put it up, oh, dude, it's so much. But the girl was figuring it out, dude. Like, everybody that knew about it was figuring it out, dude. Like, but, they got to have their main characters. But anyway, she had everybody that, this family died, this family, it was a whole bunch. She was figuring this shit out. But anyway, make a long story short, dude. He had a lot to do with it. He was the last surviving, not last surviving, but he was one of the ones that she saved that night. His mom and him. And so that's what he knew so much about the death, how it come to get you and shit like that. He plays in the movie. He has a small part because he died from stomach cancer.
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell he looked different. You know what I'm saying? But it was him. And he was saying, I'm retired now. So anyway, that was him leaving. Whatever. He wasn't an Undertaker anymore. But he was telling them how to beat death, like how you could do it. And anyway, that's how he kept. That was his last part of him. He was that little kid that she saved, though.
So out of, out of 5, what would you give it? This movie, yeah.
Like rating?
Stars out of 5, yeah.
Oh, that shit was a 4.8 easy, dude.
Really?
Yes, dude. For the graphics, everything, and how.
Could you tell it was overly CGI, or did it?
No.
Really?
That shit look real, dude. That shit look real, and everything that happened was possible. You feel me? Everything that. The way they showed that you could die was possible, dude.
You know what I love? It's crazy, dude. Like when you think about, and this is why I don't really like a lot of modern movies because of the overuse of CGI.
Yeah.
Like practical effects used to be such a big thing.
Yeah.
Especially in horror movies.
Yeah.
And the crazier, gorier, fucking wildest shit you could get away with. Remember Scanners? Famous fucking head explosion scene.
That was the only good part of that fucking movie, dude.
Are you kidding? That movie was crazy, dude.
Dude, I was like in the 7th grade when that shit came out.
And that shit didn't make you go, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that was the only part of the movie that had us all tripping, dude. But we was like, this movie's weird, dude. Like,
it was supposed to be weird.
and it was to a 7th grader, dude. We snuck in the movies and went to go see the shit, right? Yeah,
Have you ever seen a movie called Night of the Creeps?
I probably have it. Don't know that was the name of it.
what's his name? Atkins is in the movie. He plays the detective. Is it Richard Atkins? He was in The Fog.
That's another movie I didn't like, man.
Oh my fucking god!
I didn't like The Blob. I didn't like none of that shit.
Wait, which Blob? The 50s
None of
one or
them.
Get out of
None
here.
of
The
them.
90s
Not
one
even
was
the
good,
remake.
too.
Nope.
The 90s remake was good.
I didn't like it.
Oh my god, dude. Fickle Ty over here.
Well, I didn't like those.
You need to rewatch some of these, I think. I think, given the fact that you have such a love of, like, horror and gore and stuff
But
like
those
that.
are not scary movies.
You want to be scared when you watch the movies?
Well, I want. Yes. Kind of. Yes.
Wait, so
Like-
when you watch Friday the 13th, are you like, oh, it's Jason?
No, not, I
oh.
want to. No, because I know what's coming.
You
with
watch
that.
it because
I want
you
to see how the person how he gonna kill him.
Yeah, so you're basically
Or he
rooting
gonna
for Jason,
Pick
right?
him up, put him in a fucking.
This is why people
I
watch
mean,
Friday the 13th
like,
movies, by the way.
Choke him out and then slam him to the floor, dude. Or the two girls that was giggling and shit, and he picked in the sleeping bag and he took him and slammed him up against the tree. Boof. That kind of shit, dude.
They redid that for part 10, by the way.
I love that shit. I know.
That movie sucked ass, dude. My favorite scene though was putting the chick in the dry ice thingy or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh,
Like,
and then he smashed her face.
Yeah,
Cool.
that scene
And that
was
shit
cool
was
as
that shit was hard, dude. I
and
love it.
those are also practical effects.
I love that shit.
That shit
dude.
came out really well done. But
Yeah, it did. Because it
at-
looked like that's some shit that was the nitrogen, right?
yeah, remember Kevin Bacon with the fucking arrow
Yeah,
through
People don't even know he
Practical
played in
effects.
Friday 13 Part
Yeah,
1,
I
dude.
know, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But practical effects back in the day were just like a million times better, dude.
Yeah.
A million times
Yeah,
better.
they were.
But wait, I still gotta finish defending these movies that you were shitting on. So Blob, that disappoints me greatly. The 50s one was good for its time. Like, I also watch a lot of really old ass I watch noir movies, like the old detective crime stuff, the mobster movies, and then I also watch a lot of like horror from those times, like especially with like guys like Vincent Price. But it's for its time, you know.
No, yeah,
the
of
original.
course.
You know the
Yeah,
original.
yeah.
You know 13 Ghosts is actually based on an original from like the 50s.
Dude, I love 13 Ghosts.
The newer one, I'm assuming.
The one that came out in 2007 or some shit.
It's basically a remake of a 50s movie.
Okay. Well, Monk played it. The guy that plays as Monk. Anyway.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true.
He played it.
Yeah, I remember like, oh, that was the. I don't know. Dude.
The only one that really scared me was the Jackal, dude. Because that fool was out of control.
Were you like every other guy, like in love with that chick?
Oh, the bride or something with the. Well, she did have a nice rap, though.
I think every boy who's watched that is like loved
That's
that
the only reason why I was
character.
watching it.
So Blob. Okay, that makes me sad. What other movies did you say?
Yes, I love titties, lady.
What other movie was it?
They don't ever make them big enough.
I don't know about that.
No such thing.
All right. It's ass for me.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Ass and thighs.
Yeah.
That's my
okay,
thing.
those are cool.
Okay.
Okay, we get sidetracked. All right.
What other movies were you talking about? My fucking brain farted.
You said the Blob. You
Right.
said, okay, are we going to go into Frankenstein or some shit?
No.
Or
However, have you ever seen Monster Squad?
yeah.
Fuck, that movie's amazing.
It was cool.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
rad.
it's cool.
What else? We were talking about other shit that you were like, I just don't like those movies.
Yeah, the Blob, the shit. That's the only one You said another one, dude, but I can't remember now, dude.
Did you like The Thing?
The Thing was cool.
Oh, because we were talking about John Carpenter stuff.
Yeah, The Thing was cool.
Isn't it crazy that The Thing and Big Trouble in Little
Still
China...
don't know what it was, but yeah,
Big Trouble in Little China? Same director.
same director. Wow,
You're like, what?
didn't know that.
Oh, you said The Fog.
Yeah, I
You
didn't like that.
Fuck, dude, that movie's so good. Wait, did you watch the remake or the original?
I watched both.
Okay, the remake sucked ass.
I
I am so sick and tired of Hollywood remaking movies, dude. They really
they
gotta
don't do it
stop.
right.
They really gotta stop.
They got to stop.
But nah, John Carpenter, he did all those. The Thing, The Fog, Big Trouble in Little China. He did Vampires.
I like that.
He did what's that Ice Cube movie when they're on the fucking moon and shit?
Oh shit, I forgot he even had that. Yeah, you're
John
right.
Carpenter's
yeah,
Mars
I know
or
what you're
something?
talking about. I know what you're talking about. I remember, yeah. That was one of the movies that I was like, Ice Cube really took that role, bro. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, he did a lot of really crazy ass fucking movies, dude. And by the way, he's also the composer for all his music. Did you know that?
No.
He does a lot of synth music, like synth based music.
Wow.
But he's a composer for like pretty much all his shit.
See, this is even educational for me, folks.
Mouth of Madness.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wait, Mouth of Madness was John Carpenter, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah. That was cool. Yeah. Okay.
Event Horizon. That's not John Carpenter, by the way. But Event Horizon. Did you like that movie?
No.
What the fuck?
I didn't really care for that.
That movie was. See, you talk about wanting to see a movie to get scared. That was a fucking scary movie, dude.
Okay. What I mean is like movies that make me think, dude. Like the process of thinking, like, oh shit, that shit could happen, right?
There's no way you feel that way about Michael Myers or fucking Jason movies.
When we have serial killers, they just don't wear masks. Shit, it's the same fucking thing.
Wait a minute. Well, no. Lang and whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, I'm just saying we got
Justice
serial
Cops.
killers that do shit. We just don't
Who
never
wore
get to
masks?
see the real
Ed Gein
shit,
wore
though.
masks.
Who? Yeah,
Ed Gein wore
that's
masks.
weird, dude. But he fuck with kids and shit, dude.
No, not him. No.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about the one that.
And
wore a
Ed Gein, I
clown.
think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. My
I think
bad.
Ed Gein is only
Yeah, I know.
known for having killed 2 or 3 people.
Nah, he did more than that.
Well, that's all that's like recorded.
Yeah, nah.
There was the chick he had in his barn that he split like a deer and like skinned her and
That's crazy.
bled her.
Yeah.
I think her name was either Mary Hogan or Bernice Warden. Those are, I think, 2 of the female victims that are only ever recorded that like he did something to. But he was a grave robber.
Wow.
He pulled his mom out of the grave.
Right.
He's the one who stuffed his mom in the attic on a chair and dressed her up all nice and shit. That's where the idea for like Psycho came from.
Yeah.
Because he thought his mom was still alive and he was talking to his mom all the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with fucking Texas Chainsaw, like it was all based off of his like what he did with human skin and shit.
Yeah.
This guy had
It's
fucking like
leather, yeah.
lampposts and he had a skin suit made out of like
Yeah.
stitched
Oh, the
skin.
shit was real, dude.
Yeah.
Everything he had was made out of some
He had
skin.
a cereal bowl made out of a fucking skull.
Yeah, dude. Everything he had was real, dude. This shit was real.
That motherfucker was crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I will tell
I remember
you though,
seeing pictures of that shit, dude. Like
When I-
real pictures.
when I was studying
The skin
criminal
looked
psychology in college, like he was my favorite study.
Like, dude, the skin looked like that, like for real, like that shit was
Oh,
tripping
yeah.
me out. Yeah.
Dry that shit out in the sun like jerky
Dude,
and shit.
yeah, dude, I was tripping. That skin looked like. But anyway,
Yeah.
man, I know we did.
Oh, we're
passed,
over.
Yeah, we passed.
Who cares?
hour.
This is great.
It was great. I just hope that we didn't lose nobody once they listen to this shit. But anyway,
You're still here, right?
well,
Thank you, guys.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, guys,
That today got away from us, I think.
yeah, we had a lot to shit to talk about. What we gonna save some? We're gonna come back. I
See how
promise
good
you
the
guys.
Dodgers do this week.
Yeah, they finna get their ass whooped by the Mets, dude.
Oh,
They
that's-
play the
Saturday
Mets
night?
this weekend.
All
It's all over with. And if they let the Angels sweep them, I already know what the Mets is finna do to them.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, please.
subscribe.
Please drop a comment. Please drop a comment.
Say something. Say something. You like it, you don't like it, fuck off anything.
We do appreciate you sticking around. We do appreciate you listening. And until next week.
Be
Thanks.
a friend. Tell a friend. Something nice might change their life. And one more. You know I gotta
Yes,
end with
yes.
You know I gotta end with this, okay? Here we go.
Drum roll.
Be good. And if you can't be good, be safe. And if you can't be safe, be careful. And if you can't be careful, fuck it. Name it after me.
I wonder how many ties there are in the, in the fucking birthing wards of fucking hospitals. But just
I don't know. I can tell you one damn thing, ain't enough of us. Put it like that. Shit.
all right, let's get a goodbye from our producer.
Bye.
Oh, another word.
She knows 2 now.
She knows
Two.
too.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Facts Podcast. We'll see you next time for another round of discussion that covers everything and that's verified by nothing. If you like this episode and want to hear more or to find out when the podcast drops new episodes, be sure to subscribe to the channel.